I don't know how you're kicking off your summer, but you can better believe that mine's pretty peachy. I gotta tell you, the only thing prettier than a peach during the summer is the prettier than a peach cocktail, because it is so refreshing. I mean, how can you help it? Look at the ingredients: lemons, mint, peach, a few little bitters, and of course, my favorite star of the show, the bourbon. And so I always try to pick a bourbon with really healthy kind of peachy apricot notes, because it'll only add to the flavor at the end of the cocktail. So let me teach you how to do this, because this is the most refreshing libation that is meant to be sipped on your back patio during a hazy, lazy summer day. But you don't have to be too lazy making the cocktail, because it's so easy. All you do is grab your shaker and, of course, most important tool, your muddler. And what you're gonna do is just take a half a cup of peeled lemons, okay? Add those ingredients, and then never worry about throwing away the peel, because we're gonna keep that for the garnish later. And then I take about a half a peach, slice it very thinly, add that in, and then we're gonna take about 6 mint leaves. And again, just if you like mint flavor, you can put more. If you don't, then put less. I'm gonna put about 3 or 4 in there. And then we are gonna add 1 ounce of water and 1 ounce of simple syrup, which I've mixed up already. About 3 shakes of bitters, orange bitters, and a little bit of peach bitters. Again, to your taste. If you want to dial up or dial down this cocktail, it's very easy to do. I'm going to put some cubes of ice in, just to chill it a little bit, but the final version of ice, I like to do crushed ice, because I'm going to show you how to garnish all together. Now, just put a bit of pressure, just so you get the juice flowing. I'll tell you what happens sometimes when people are actually muddling. They macerate it so much that the bitterness sometimes of the fruit comes, and all you're trying to do is get that great flavor. So you're gonna mash all this together through your muddler, and then add about 2 to 3 ounces of bourbon, depending on how heavy you wanna make it. I'm gonna do just a little bit more ice. And then very tightly put that container on and shake. Usually I do like to shake a shaker until it gets frothy around the edges. That's kind of how you know it's ready to go. But again, all we're doing is mixing the flavors together. You know, we're not worried about it staying together too long. And pop that off. Wow, you can really smell it all together. Again, this is a very fresh cocktail. Now, not everybody has professional bartending equipment at home, and I get that. Neither do I, actually, and you'd be surprised as long as I've been in the industry. So you kind of make do. And do you remember when we were peeling the outside of a peach and outside of a lemon, and I said, keep the rind? All I did was use a potato peeler, actually, and just go very, very soft, just to bring some peels together, because I wanted to use that for my garnish. But there's even something more creative that you can do, and I credit my friend, my cocktail Contessa friend, Heather Wibbles, and she would say take a slice and use some pinking shears. Oh yes, these were my kids' pinking shears. I had all kinds of them when they were younger, so I dug them out and literally just cut the peel on either side as thin as you want to layer it, and it gives you this wonderful pink ridged rind. That's hard to say. So when we're ready for that and you decide what you want to pink or not pink, I said our cocktail is ready, but just a little trick. Instead of getting too far ahead of yourself and throwing the ice in and pouring it over, I like to do a little at a time. So for this ice, I decided to use some crushed ice. Notice how I just put a couple pieces in. Then I'm going to tear off a mint sprig, drop it in. I'm going to add a little bit more over top of it just to anchor it in the glass. Take a couple of my beautiful pinked lemons, lay that. Take a little bit more ice, anchor that in, just so it sits nicely. And then a few of my beautiful peaches, layer that. Just a tad more ice, Then we're ready to pour. This is gonna be a beautiful color, almost peachy. See how that color, it's like a peachy lemonade. And do you notice how everything doesn't just float immediately to the top? It really makes a nice transition, and then all you're gonna do is take a snippet from the top of that mint, add it to the cocktail, and voila. I don't know how you're kicking off your summer, but you can better believe that mine's pretty peachy.